I don't know. We're gonna do it. We're gonna find it.
We're opening an aquarium called Sea Life. Got some new things going on at the mall. It's also a new section of the river that we won't cover on the tour. It's an extra 1.2 miles. Been added in the last 12 years. It's called the Museum Reach. It opened May 30th in 2009. Now normally you can get there by boat and take one of our real shuttles. Unfortunately, the real shuttles are not running, but if they were, they'd pick you up, they'd take you through a lock, you'd raise 9 feet, head out to the Pearl Brewery, which is now the Hotel Emma. A lot of different shops and restaurants up there. Normally they do a farmer's market on the weekends. I think they're back up and running again. Also the San Antonio Museum of Art and the VFW, Post 76, the oldest VFW post in Texas, right there on the river and open to the public. So check out the museum if you get a chance. Just to the left here, over the mall, is the Marriott River Center. That was built in 1988 when the rest of the mall was built. And the only reason I pointed out, before it was there was another hotel there. It was the Fairmount Hotel, built in 1905. Now in San Antonio, we don't like to tear down any of our old buildings. So what they did with the Fairmount, they loaded it up on pneumatic tires, and they moved it 6 city blocks to where it is today, on the corner of South Alamo and Nueva. And that move is in the Guinness Book of World Records for being the largest building moved that great of a distance. The record has recently been beat, but we didn't set the record back in 1985. It took 6 days to complete the move over 5. It took a few years before other businesses started to follow suit. The restaurant over here on the right is Casa Rio, the first restaurant on the Riverwalk. They opened the doors in 1946. They were the first ones to do the riverboat tours, as well as the dining rooms. We're going to be leaving the natural flow of the river one more time. We're going to head back on the man-made part we originally started on. This is the bottom of the horseshoe. No idea where we are. This part of the river that we're entering was built in the 1960s for Hemisphere. Now, since we had 7 million people over to town for Hemisphere, they built this part so people could take river taxis from the natural flow of the river to get to the convention center. And people loved the Riverwalk so much during Hemisphere. Coming back, bringing their families. Tourist boats started to grow as a result of the Hemisphere. The San Antonio River is just a small river. It's man-made, it doesn't flow very fast. It actually starts just about 6 miles north of here. On the campus of Incarnate Word University. Comes up through springs from an underground lake known as the Edwards River. Flows through the zoo, through downtown, was about 230 miles southeast of here, where it meets up the Guadalupe River, flows out to the Gulf of Mexico. See that big tree right in front of us? The oldest and largest cypress tree in San Antonio. It's over 350 years old, over 9 stories tall. Also known as the sniper tree. Back in 1835, there was a Texas patriot by the name of Ben Milam. He was staying at the Riverwalk Palace, which was right behind us, and he was shot by a sniper from that tree right there. And now we're going under plus the tree. This one comes down and you see it. They don't start the random testing until after noon. It takes about 15 minutes for that to come down completely. It does weigh 3 tons. Comes straight down. Coming up on the right, the Esquire Tavern. That was the first bar on the Riverwalk. They opened the doors in 1933. And they opened the day after Prohibition ended. They pretty much just took down the barbershop pole and it was business as usual. They say it was a speakeasy before that. Also had the longest wooden bar in Texas, at least. Probably most notably was Roots. He lived there. Also actor Tommy Lee Jones lived in that building for just a little while. We're getting into my favorite part of the Riverwalk. This is River Square. where you're going to find the majority of the restaurants. Tantalizing aromas. Now, normally we offer a dining boat service where you can go to any one of these restaurants and set that up. You get a breakfast boat, lunch, dinner if you just want cocktails, a cocktail cruise. Well, that is still on hold for a little while. Now, the Riverwalk first opened in 1941. It didn't look a whole lot like this. It's more of a city park. Nice take family out and have a picnic. But the father and designer of the Riverwalk, Robert H.H. Hugman, he had a different vision for his design. So he put his office here on the building on the right. That's the Clifford building. Hugman's name is written above the first floor. And he put his office there to prove to everyone that a business could thrive on the Riverwalk, that he wasn't afraid of flooding. All right, in front of us is the Hyatt Regency, built in 1981. Now, the Alamo is just on the other side of the Hyatt. If you're interested in going, this is a great way to get there. Just come around the bend. If you go to the left, you'll see these glass doors, and the headers are read Paseo del Alamo. That's the passageway to the Alamo. The quickest way to get there from the river level. Beautiful walk. The river goes through the building. You go through those doors, you walk through a series of waterfalls and gardens. When you get to the top of it, you're right across the street from the front of the Alamo. Now, an interesting side note, when the Hyatt Regency was being designed, there had to be strict height requirements. It wasn't allowed to cast a shadow on the Alamo at sunset. This building over here on the right, this is the Casino Club building. It was built in 1927. It used to be a German social club that later became apartments. There was a famous office